What's up, guys? Your Uncle Luke is here with a very, very special guest. I know some people like to put him in the background and introduce him, but this guy does not need any type of introduction. Everybody knows Joe Barreto, my Boricua brother from the Credit Card Connection. What's up, Joe? So happy to have you here tonight, and thank you so much.
Uncle Luke, thank you, Papi. Thank you for having me. I'm so pumped and so excited. This is going to be wonderful. Everybody's been looking forward to this. So I think we're just going to have a blast tonight. I predict that. Thank you for having me, Luke. I appreciate that.
For everybody here so far, me and Joe have been wanting to work together for probably a year now, and we finally decided to say, let's not find the perfect time. Let's just do it. Before we get in here, man, there's a couple super chats and stuff I want to recognize these guys because I don't get a lot of these, so I super appreciate them. Ian Mascal gave us hard or soft tacos. Listen, if you ask, I have to answer. Back when I was wrestling and fighting all the time, I would have to make weight for these things, and making weight is it's a sport unto itself. So I would come down from 200 pounds to about 180 or 170, depending on what sport it was. And I can tell you that hard Chipotle tacos never impaired my weight loss, because I would weigh myself twice a day, and I would start at about 185 and go down to 170, and I would track it every single day, once a week. So that's like one meal at 5 meals a day. Once a week, I would have Chipotle hard tacos.
No
way. It would never stop my weight loss. So I'm going to say hard tacos.
And I can see that. The hard tacos, though, stab you in the gums depending on hard the taco. Soft. And unlike you, just look at our shoulders. I'm not that. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the soft.
I will say this, though. Every single time, if I had a diet soda, it would stop my weight loss for at least 2 days. Every single time. Just one diet soda would completely stop that progress for at least 2 days.
Damn.
But Ian, thank you, sir. Appreciate the 2 spot.
Ian is a man. I love Ian.
Xavier, way too kind. Hit us with the 50 spot. That is insane. But
you know what his name is, right? Mr. 1099. That's Mr. 1099.
Super appreciate it, man. And my man from God's country, Chillicothe, Ohio, James Ragland, a 20-piece. What is up, James?
What's going on, James?
Love it, guys. Oh, we got, Xavier hit us with another 20 spot. Xavier, you're embarrassing us, man. We appreciate, super appreciate it, man. And we also have Vincent Pascal at the 2 spot. Looking forward for Luke giving his best WAPA. Here's the deal. We're not on Joe's channel.
I know.
So Luke's not giving you a WAPA.
I freaking love it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about saving my WAPA for a very special time, and we can go ahead and talk about that just to lead into the show. Guys, have you heard about the Creator Meetup, the annual Creator Meetup? We started this thing as a way for credit card YouTubers and the people that watch the stuff and are part of the community to get together, shake hands, see things face to face, and share secrets. So we started this in Las Vegas a couple years ago. We had a great turnout. And then last year, Chad from Chad's Money Minutes kind of took the reins and hosted one in New Orleans, Louisiana. That was almost a year ago. It was Labor Day weekend last year. And we love New Orleans, and we really appreciate Chad doing that. Now, this year, we're going to be hosted by none other than Cesar Joel, his Boricuan brother. And it's going to be in San Juan, Puerto Rico. So if you want Luke's WAPA, you might have to wait until you're actually in. They call it the motherland or the fatherland, or what is it? Whatever it is. We might be actually with the indigenous people in Puerto Rico speaking their language.
You got a WAPA and salsa at the same time, bro. I'm sure Mandy could do it. I know, man, she could do it. I think she can. I'm gonna give her that.
I don't know if we're salsa dancing, but we definitely going to be having a WAPA.
Okay.
No doubt. Oh, we got Mr. Houday Mike Newland just gifted 20 memberships. Guys, that is good as gold. And I guess this is a perfect time to plug the membership. Guys, if you want to become a member, it's only $2.99 a month. Becoming a member will get you access to priority responses on all the comments. At some point, it is going to get hard for some of us guys to respond to every single comment because it just gets to be a lot of them sometimes. Members won't have that problem. You're also going to get access to my members only videos that come out almost every weekend. Those are going to be maybe a little spicier, maybe a little bit to some techniques I don't want to share publicly, or it might just be what's going on for that day. Hopefully they're interesting to a lot of people, and you can cancel anytime. You can get a membership, binge watch all the videos, and cancel. I don't mind. Mr. Detour Travels has been waiting for this live, and he hit us with a 5 spot. Mr. Detour Travels, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. We have a ton of comments that, Joe, I don't even know if we're going to get to, but we'll try.
That's a good problem to have, though. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, we're going to try. Guys, we got a fun show coming up for you. And you guys know, you should know by now, we start every show with, what'd you book? Now, I've said this before, this is the Grown Folks Live, where you are allowed to brag about your redemptions. We like it. It's all positive. It's all good. It's all love. So put in your comments, what did you book? And tell us how you're proud. And we want to be proud. We're not haters. If you got 9 cents per point, let me know, man. I love it. And Joe, what did you book?
So, great question. Thank you, guys. This past weekend, using my Wyndham Business earners card, I had a ton of points there. And with Wyndham, what blows is the points expire in 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a ton of points. I used 54,000 Wyndham points to book 2 nights at Harrah's. As a Diamond member, they upgraded my room, water view, beautiful spot. So that was this past weekend. The problem is, and I'm going to warn you guys, if you have status and you got those points, the hotels and casinos tend to cater to those that gamble as opposed to those that come in with just status at the hotel.
Sure.
Because really, they gave me a nicer room, great, but that was about it. But in September, going to Portland, Luke, we were talking about that. I got a first class round trip flight on United using the points boost for the Chase Sapphire Reserve.
It exists.
Yes, and it only cost me 48,000 Chase UR points round trip from New Jersey to Portland and back first clase.
Nice. Do you know what aircraft it is?
I have no idea, puppy.
Okay.
I should know these things, but I don't. I'm not even gonna lie.
It'll be good no matter
what.
I'm
like first class. It means I'm gonna get a drink or two or whatever, but that's it. So that's what I booked so far. And then Puerto Rico, we'll talk about later because that's gonna be a movie when we go.
Yeah, guys, if you have I forgot to say when it was. It's going to be Veterans Day weekend, that Saturday. And I think a lot of us are coming down from November 6th to the 11th, I think.
Yes, Thursday to Tuesday. Yep.
And I think a lot of people are staying on that northern side in San Juan, and a lot of people are doing the Hilton Caribe.
Yep.
So if you can at all make it, I think this is going to be the best one yet. And if for nothing else, Joe is going to bring his T-bars down there, and he's going to be sunning his cheeks on that white powder sand. And it's going to be great. Listen, I got to go to Puerto Rico when I was 18 years old.
Oh, damn.
When I graduated boot camp and got done with all my schooling and stuff, I got to our ship for Christmas, just in time for Christmas, so I could be away from home for Christmas. And 2 weeks later, we headed south to Puerto Rico. So in January, I'm 18 years old. I leave Norfolk where it's snowy and cold, and a day and a half later, it's white powder beaches. I don't know if they're still white powder anymore, but at the time they were beautiful, really nice beaches. And it was. I can't wait to see it again. I can't wait to take my little boy down there. So I'm really looking forward to it.
He's gonna have a blast. The beaches are are the most beautiful in the world for me. I don't go to beaches here in Jersey or to the shore.
Oh, come on.
That doesn't count. The beaches in PR are stunning, and you guys are gonna have. If you don't want to stay at the Caribe Hilton, right in the area, there's a ton of Sheratons, Marriotts, the Vanderbilt, Hyatt places, you name it. It's all there within 5 to 10 minutes by an Uber. Easy peasy, no drama.
Yeah, I'm excited. Cesar's got a bunch of stuff he's got planned for ideas, what people can do. I think this is going to be. I think the following year, we're probably going to make it somewhere a little bit easier for people to get to, but. I think this was a ballsy move and a good move by Cesar, man. I'm a fan.
100%. Yep.
Juan Garcia just hit us with a 5 spot. Good evening, Uncle Luke and Joe Scoops. Thank you, Juan Garcia. Super appreciate you guys tonight, man. Me and Joe are the same. We feel the same way about lives. We like doing them. We like connecting with you guys, and we hope you guys get something out of it. And the Jordan rules for credit hit us with the virtual wepa.
Wepa, papi. How you doing, Papa?
Thank you, Jordan rules for credit. Appreciate it, man. We're getting close to that wedding, so and you know, it's statistically speaking, Joe doesn't want me to say this, but statistically speaking, the more one spends on the wedding, the shorter the marriage. So we've got a poll of how long this thing's going to last because we are spending so much on it.
Damn, that hurt.
Now, listen, now most of us have this in years, not months. So don't take it the wrong way. We're not thinking it's going to be super short. But,
oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And I got to apologize, guys. My eyes still don't work. So if I can't read your comment, it's not my fault. They still haven't really figured out what's wrong with my eyes yet. Oh, that's never mind. Okay, we're good. And you guys also know I have a hard time navigating this software. Call me Lonnie. All-inclusive Cancun over the holidays. Perk stack and chase the edit. Lonnie, which all-inclusive are you? We booked the Hilton Caribe Mar in Cancun for my big family, 10 people family trip. I'm really excited about that.
I stayed in Cancun for the all-inclusive Palace Resorts, the Moon Palace. And the thing is, there's like 7 resorts. So they give you the bracelet that you can go to every resort, eat for free, use the facilities. Yeah, it's badass. You know, it's expensive, but it's cool if you want to do that. You get to go around.
Is that one adults only?
So some of them adults only, like the Sun Palace is adults, but the other ones are family oriented, you know, and it's a nice way to kind of get around and eat at different places and try the different restaurants at the hotels.
Mexico's got a huge bang for the buck, man. Mexico's a big time place, I think. Memphis, Mr. Memphis, Mike, just booked today 5 nights at Sameli Coast, Mykonos. Wow, dude, you're shooting up there, man. You're making us look like a chopped liver. You're going big time. I love Greece. I went to Greece when I was 18 years old too.
I love Memphis, Mike. Memphis is the best.
Yeah. Memphis Mike is killing it, dude. Johnny Ma's getting a pretty high standing in the community here, which I think that means he's going to buy like the first or the second round when we all get out there.
Luke, Johnny Ma did the dirty work the other night and applied for the damn Capital One Live, the Venture X. But good news update, he did get the second card he applied for, which was the Chase Boundless. He did it that night. It was pending, and then the following morning he got approved. And that was the one that came with the 5 certificate.
Nice move.
Yeah, so Johnny, and he's using it to hold it for 1 year and get the Ritz. So Johnny's my man. Johnny's a cool dude.
I'm gonna be talking about Marriott, the program, next year. I have the Marriott Brilliant. I haven't stayed at any Marriotts in a while, and I'm kind of prepping myself for next year. I'm not optimistic about the program, but I am going to give it a full go. I want to run about 500,000 points through it. Stay at some economy places and some big time places, and see if that program is right for me. Like I said, I'm not optimistic, but I have to give it a shot.
Okay.
And I think at minimum I got to run 500,000 points through that to see what I think.
How long have you had the Brilliant for?
Maybe 6 months.
Okay.
8 months between there. And I like it. I mean, I think it's a good card. I don't like the proposed changes from the surveys and stuff. I think that weakens the card for me. And maybe we'll talk about that some other time. But I've been pretty public that I'm moving away from what Anthony Venture says, chasing the small money. I don't have the brain capacity in my life right now to catalog 27 credits and make sure I hit everything. You know, if you have 35 cards or 40 cards and that's your style, you're going to have a long list of credits,
bro.
And I've been calling it the just give me the points strategy, and I don't have a problem getting points. I'm trying to learn if I need those perks. I don't think so.
No, we have so many TSA. We were talking about this the other night. TSA, I could just give them away. I have so many cards that have these things. You can only use them every 4.5 years. So what the hell is that?
And it's not expensive if you had to buy them. Miss TM Cowling took 3 nights at the Waldorf.
Nice.
Cabos Pedregal. Everybody loves that place, man. Everybody loves that place. Get off the Robinhood card wait list. If you're offered the card today, would I accept it? If me, no.
He just got off Monday. You just got off that wait list. I've been on that wait list a year and a half. I kid you not.
Would you get the card if you came off?
You know why? I wasn't going to get it. But then Chad convinced me of one thing. I use Robinhood because their trading platform is easy. It's super easy. And their app is very just easy to understand. Like you said, I don't want to put a lot of thought into it. So then I figured, okay, the cashback, because I'm not a cashback guy, I would just roll it in there and let it sit, right? And there's 3 times on everything, except for your property taxes and personal taxes. They don't let you do that, right? Yeah, which is a big hit. Yeah.
What do you have to spend to get the Robinhood membership to be eligible for the card?
$50 is a year. That's all it is. Yeah, you just need to be a gold member.
That would probably make sense dollar-wise, but like I said earlier, I'm not giving them $50 because I don't use Robinhood.
Okay.
And also it's like everybody's different. If I used a trading account or a brokerage account like that, that might be different. But I'm still in that government job where they take it pre-tax, and I don't have to look at it or see it or do anything. So
smart move. Don't touch it.
So I don't wouldn't fit for me, but I do think that's 3% cash back on everything. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that one. Mr. Dong Kim with the coolest name in the game.
I love Dong Kim.
Yeah.
So freaking cool.
What an awesome joint live to listen to while driving home from work. Wepa. Got a lot of wepas.
I got a lot of wepas today. All right.
Mike is going to find a wife. Okay. I hope everybody does. It's
Ian's starting trouble, though. Ian likes to start trouble.
Now, I forgot one up here. I saw it. My Filipino head of security is in the house. Mr. Glenn Ardonia says, "Que paso, look amigo, mu."
Yo.
Listen, he's trying to speak Tagalog, so it mixes his Elicano with his Spanish. So he's probably been drinking.
Glenn, how are you, Glenn?
But Glenn is a guy who kills it with the Venture X. Worldwide travel, not just Philippines, not just Asia, everywhere with this Venture X.
Damn.
Yeah, he's big time. Mr. John R is in the house. He gifted Joe Pareto a membership.
John, thank you, Poppy. You know, John is my son. I don't know if you heard it in the circle.
I can see the resemblance.
Yeah. You know, I had him when I was 4, and it was been great ever since. He was a good kid.
You took a trip to Kansas City.
Yeah. Hola, Glenn. Que Dios te cuide, Glenn. God bless you. Thank you for being here.
Ralph's in the house.
Mighty Ralph, how you doing?
Ralph's been around lately, man. Ralph is Yuri's boo. The big league players are on. That's right, man. Big league.
Yo, Yuri's a savage. Hey, do you remember? Did you see in New Orleans his book? It looked like a phone book of credit cards.
Is this the same Yuri?
Yes.
Because I know we have like 3 Yuris.
Yeah, this is Yuri. This has to be the same Yuri because you think, yeah.
Is it okay? Because there's like 3 different Yuris unless it's the same Yuri.
6, yeah, with different.
He's a former KGB spy.
Yeah.
Freelancing now. He's got a bunch of identities. There we go. Ian says he spent $15K on his wedding, 6 years down. Okay, good. Ian, we're going to say Ian is the exception that proves the rule.
Ian, way to go, Ian. All right, he fixed that one quick. I like that.
Yeah, nice. Or an easy out, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, you go. All right, here we go. The more you spend on the wedding, the less you have for the mistress.
Vegas, really Vegas?
Well, I mean, mistress, Gumar, whatever you guys call it, side piece. I don't think that's a good idea. But speak of the devil, Mr. Cesar Joel, Puerto Rico meetup is going to be great. Thanks for sharing the information. Absolutely, man. Mr. Cesar, everybody's favorite guy. Everybody's favorite guy. We got Mr. Ian 5-piece again. Who will get the most drunk at the meetup? My money is on a venture blackout. I don't know if Anthony drinks a lot, does he?
No, Anthony's
I didn't see
good.
him.
No.
I don't remember him. I don't even remember him getting tipsy or acting silly or anything. I think it's going to be Mr. Chad's Money Minutes. I think Chad might hold it down. He might get a little excited and go overboard, which is okay. I don't know.
Oh
We'll
my
see.
God.
I hope it's not me. How do you plan on taking care of the Cancun tourist tax without getting scammed? I don't know. I think we have to explain exactly what we mean by that. Just you mean just the general way of doing business in Mexico? Um, well, we'll see. Like that's it's hard to. We'll see.
That's a
It's
tough
hard to
one.
explain how you deal with that in public because I don't see. I don't normally have in places like Mexico where they do business their own way. I don't normally have a problem in those places. I do get that that's their culture, and I need to conform a little bit to how they do their business. I don't mind that, but at the same time, I don't normally get targeted as much as some tourists might. I'm not a 65-year-old guy that's drank too much.
Right.
I don't normally um, I don't normally have those issues, so we'll see.
You know what I did in Cancun because of that? I mean, it helps that I speak the language, right? But
Sure.
I did everything through the hotel. And even when we would go off of out of the resort area, you got to be careful. So we hired a guy that worked for the hotel who was off his shift, and he had his van, and we paid him literally, he was getting paid $4 a day. We gave him 100 for 3 hours of work to just take us around while we ate dinner, brought us back safe. He waited for us. Like that's, so people, and we had the kids were little at that time. So we were worried about them. But, if you just make them feel comfortable, you're not going to have any problems like that. No, it's the people that look sketchy or drunk or stupid, like then yeah, you're just asking for it.
I always say that tourist tax, if that's what we're talking about,
Right.
if it's not, I apologize. But the people get in trouble when they're looking for a couple different things that I won't be looking for.
Right. 100%. No,
I'm
you're not wrong.
I'm not interested in illicit drugs, and I'm not interested in their local women.
No.
So, and I don't drink enough to put myself out there to be in danger by somebody. So I don't worry about it a whole lot.
I could say I vouch. If you remember NOLA, that damn absinthe, whatever that nasty thing is that we bought. Remember, we waited forever to get it, and it was nasty.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. And New Orleans is a pretty good example. If you're talking about a domestic location that you have to be on your toes, if you're in a lot of places in New Orleans in the evening, you have to be on your toes, get to be aware. I never had any problems there, and I love it. I love New Orleans, but I can also I can recognize what's going on.
No, 100%.
And a lot of times that element of people, they can recognize that you can recognize. They go on their way.
Game recognizes game, right?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
100%. What's that? I got Mr. Rod, Senior Chief Rod, I should say. Points Blank Travel, talking to Lonnie. But what's up, Rod? Really nice to have you, man. How do you? Okay, we did that. Sorry, you guys know I'm not the best on the wheels of steel. There we go. Having the Brilliant and not staying at Marriott is an interesting topic. Here, yeah, you're right. The strategy was to get the Marriott Brilliant when I could get it. Sorry, get the sign up bonus, amass some points, and once I got that free night certificate, then to kind of put together an 8 or 10 month stretch where I'm just really crushing at Marriott's. Getting the Brilliant, you should probably use it, but you're also talking about some of us guys who have 5, 6, 7 premium cards. We know there's some breakage in there. We know we can't be using them to the fullest every time. So I want to get a good 8-month period where we're really evaluating the Marriotts. Yuri's driving to Atlantic City for Memorial Day weekend. Oh, his brother is an international martial arts ninja. So I think what I'm saying is it holds true. I think Yuri is a former retired KGB agent who is freelancing, some here in the States and some in Eastern Europe.
So I stayed at Harrah's, and I can offer if the Gordon Ramsay restaurant is right there at Harrah's. La Strada is an Italian restaurant that was very good as well. And the Guy Fieri from the Food Network's chicken place is right there as well at Harrah's. I liked Harrah's Hotel. It was a lot of fun. Family places. There is Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett's Margarita, and a place called Land Shark right on the beach, right next to the amusement park. Really inexpensive. Lots of stuff for the kids. You're going to have a great time.
How is it Atlantic City as far as the danger element?
Okay. Like anything else, especially, and there's a stretch where the hotels are separated where the convention center is. And if there's nothing going on, that's like a 3-block stretch of nothing. And that's what you got to be careful if you're walking at night, because of the boardwalk being underneath. People come out of the sides. People, so you walk the middle. You never walk alone. But it's gotten cleaner, a lot cleaner. Where I was at Harrah's, it's off the strip of the boardwalk. So you need to take an Uber or drive to that part. So where I was, it's only the Borgata, the Golden Nugget, and Harrah's are right there. The major ones like the Tropicana, Caesars, and all that is on the main strip. So where he's staying at Harrah's, he's away from it. So it was very quiet, beautiful, actually.
Okay. We got a good question here by Johnny Ma. Still need to figure out a way to drag RJ out of the basement. Listen.
There's no helping him.
No, listen, this is how I think we can do it. RJ obviously likes to get stuff for free, right? RJ also is always pumping up his muscles and going to gymming and stuff like that. We need to chip in or maybe go solo and maybe get on Amazon and everybody get him one of them, a couple sets of those little tiny European swim trunks. And if he has enough of those, he'll probably go. I don't know. I at least, I think that's how we can get him, because I know he likes to wear that sort of stuff. Maybe the high-waisted ones.
I don't even know what to say to that. I'm just going to stay quiet.
Well, here's the deal. Next time you go on one of his lives, everybody in the audience, go to RJ Financial's channel and comment what color bikinis do you want.
Wow.
And we get him some couple sets of I think the high-waisted ones that run up real high, I think he'll wear those.
Wow.
And it's Puerto Rico.
I know. We asked him. He says he's not going. He said that he can't see going, spending the time and the money for a day.
Listen, he's the kind of guy who likes to be asked a bunch of times. He wants to feel like, he's
bro.
Green Knight booked Dallas to Hawaii business class for 35,000 Alaska miles. Nice. Staying at the Grand Wailea. Yeah, man, you're doing it right, Green Knight.
No, that's
for sure.
That's smart. Green Knight, that's badass.
That's big league, man. What do you guys think of the new we're Atmos?
Oh.
We're gonna talk about that at the end of this. What time is it? We got plenty of time. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that here in a little while. I think it's safe to say neither one of us are really giddy about it. So we'll talk about it. And I think the biggest thing is, for some people it's great. For a lot of people, it's not going to be as great. Always had a hard time getting good value from the Marriott. But yeah, me too. I just wanted to see if that was true. I got pretty decent value back in the day from economy stays. Fairmont Inn and Suites in Manhattan, next to the Madison Square Garden. Great place to stay for the money. Places like the AC, those things, like those cheaper Marriotts. I got decent value there. Oh, who do we got here? Mr. JP Knowledge. We haven't seen JP. No. You know why? I bet he's been in space. He's traveled so much, he had to go to space.
What's up, JP? How you doing, puppy?
We look forward to seeing some more JP stuff.
Luke, do you have the IHG card?
I got the business version, yeah.
Do you like their hotels?
100%. We've been staying at a lot of IHGs. We just got back from Grand Cayman, which is the Kimpton Seafire Resort. Right next to the Kimpton is a brand new Indigo that everybody loves. There's a couple of different. I got a funny story for you. I joke around a lot on this channel, and I say things that some people think I'm serious, and it makes them mad. But I'm not serious, and I'll give you an example. Right next door to the Seafire is the Indigo. It's brand new. It's stacked. It's lovely. It's a little bit more economical than the Kimpton because it doesn't have its own beach. So,
okay.
So now I have my son Carlos telling people, "You look like somebody who goes to a public beach." He told his sister, he goes, "You look like somebody who goes to a public beach." We don't go to public
beat shaming. Beat shaming. I love it. I love it.
And I had to ask him, so you know that's a joke, right? Yeah, I know it's a joke. So yeah, so
God.
we stayed at an IHG in Lisbon, Portugal. We stayed at Seafire a couple of times. Every single stay we do with IHG, all the way down to the Hilton or the Holiday Inn Expresses, we had really good stays. Like, I'm a big fan. My main thing with that is my wife and I, we each buy the maximum amount of IHG points every year.
Really? Okay, so you buy the points when they have them on sale or whatever. Okay.
When they have them on sale for half a penny, we buy the maximum, usually to hit a sign-up bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even use the IHG card at the Kimpton. I had a $1,500 bill, and I didn't even use the IHG card. I used the Fairwinds credit union card for 5X. So yeah, love the IHG cards.
Because I just got it. I got it with that 5 certificates of 60,000 points each. And I'm psyched because I'm going to use it in Europe. And I heard in Europe the properties are nicer.
Well, here's it's a kind of a good thing. In Europe, it's sometimes very, very difficult for us to find a hotel that will let all three of us stay together. They have this crazy occupancy rule where and if you show up and try to like, the United States doesn't care, but if you try to kind of get around it, they'll either kick you out or fine you. So in Lisbon, I got 2 rooms, and it was a really nice hotel right in the town square, but it was affordable enough. I got 2 rooms, and guess who got their own room?
No,
this guy. So
for the win.
Yeah. So it worked out just fine. I mean, 2 rooms, 4 days. You know how it is. The 4th night's free times 2.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of those cards.
Okay. And you've been to Austria, right?
No, I've never been to Austria.
So somebody
went to
last
Czech
week,
Republic.
They asked me about Best Western, right? Let me tell you, I went to Innsbruck, Austria, and there was a Best Western there that was phenomenal. It was like the main hotel in so it's not like the Best Western we think of here that you kind of drive by and get the free breakfast. No, it's nicer.
I'll say right now, let me make some people mad. If you knock on Best Western and you knock on Choice, you don't really understand the game. I'll say that point blank, flat out, you don't understand the game. There's a Best Western in Dubai. There's a Best Western that I saw when I was in Lima, Peru. It's not luxury, but it is a clean, quiet, safe with breakfast.
Yeah,
and they're normally in great locations.
Yeah,
I've not stayed at Best Westerns. I have to say that, but I've seen them and said, I'd stay there. Nashville has one. Nashville has one right downtown. Like, I would absolutely stay at a Best Western if it made sense. If it was a cash stay and it made sense. And Choice is the same. These people that bust on Choice don't get it. They don't get it. Now, I understand you're not going to stay at the Roadway Inn or whatever those lower properties are. You're not staying there. I get that, unless you're into some things we don't talk about on this channel. But Choice has great. Look up the Choice Ascend collection in Fort Lauderdale. Check that out. You would stay there. Check out. We just stayed at what's the other high end brand they have? We stayed at a Choice Hotel in downtown Houston, the Cambria, in a historical building in downtown Houston. It's great. And they gave us champagne. It was like $3 champagne, but it was still
the buzz is the buzz. Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing with Choice. I don't know if a lot of people mention this, but when you get Choice points and you go to Choice and book a room, whatever the room is, it's that price. It usually stays the same from the upgraded rooms and the suites. The suites, like if the regular room's $30,000, the suites will be $30,000. And then at the same time, I hate to go on a Choice rant, but Radisson and things like that are attached to Choice. South America, you can get presidential suites at Radisson's for like 30,000 Choice points a night. And go to Panama City and get that Radisson presidential suite. You can jog around in there.
See, that's badass. That's what I want people to know. Like a lot of people get hung up on the high end, this and that. It has to be a Waldorf Astoria. It has to, and it doesn't. It just doesn't have to be that.
The full circle with the Choice argument, 1 to 2 with Wells Fargo and Citi.
Yeah,
you can absolutely destroy it in certain parts of the world with choice. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, thank you for that. I appreciate that, Luke.
We got Glenn Ardonia said, I saw Luke in Puerto Rico. Now listen, I call him Dino. Me and Glenn Ardonia were sailors together. So we were in the United States Navy. He's talking about 1996, January 1996. Said he saw me salsa and breakdance at the same time with the bottle of Bacardi in hand.
Has to
now,
be
listen,
Bacardi.
My hips were a little different when I was 19, or 18. So I don't know if I can do that now, but I know Dino can. Let's see here. Need a suggestion. Here you go. This is for you, Joe. Is anyone of you guys Resorts World? I want to use my Hilton points. The only thing Resorts World is the newer properties in the North Vegas Strip.
Right.
Only thing I can say about that Resorts World is I have a funny story. And this is legit. Hardly anything ever makes me mad, right? Like if I'm not taking fire, probably not getting excited about anything. One year the Bengals, I think it was, I don't remember what year it was, but the NFL schedule came out. And I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm going to get a room. The Super Bowl was in Vegas. I said, I'm getting a room for the Super Bowl for Vegas, just in case the Bengals go. You know, I can cancel at any time, right?
Right.
So that's what I thought. Wasn't actually true. So I did that, and a few weeks go by. And this is 10 months in the future when the Super Bowl is. I called one of these Resorts World. It might have been the Conrad. And this guy treated me so low down, so nasty on the phone. I told him, I go, what's your name and what's your schedule like? Because I'm coming to Vegas to slap you upside your head. And I was dead serious. I said, I'm going to, because Ardonia lives in Vegas. I'm going to go visit Glenn. I was going to go out there and slap this dude in his head. He was so disrespectful. It was so bad. I had to call Hilton Diamond, and Hilton Diamond had me call them with them on the phone, and they lied. So he jumps on the phone and says, I have these emails, and that's not what you said. So I had to get actual Hilton Diamond on the case because, I'm sure it was just the one or two guys there. It wasn't, because obviously Conrads are pretty stand-up places. That's the only thing I had to say about that Resorts World. I would not stay there.
I wouldn't use my points for it. I'm going to be honest, not Hilton points. No, I used the Wyndham points because they had Trop, they had Caesars and stuff like that in Harrah's, and Harrah's was really nice. And it was cheap, I thought. Each room one night on the weekend was going for $500 to $600 a night. So only spend $54,000 for 2 nights, I thought was a good deal. So I took it. Because if not, I'm going to lose them anyway. So it is what it is, you know?
Green Knight has the brilliant. Chris V gives you a wepa.
Chris, how you doing?
Vegas. 2 business class tickets. It's Dimitri G, baby. Atlanta to Barcelona, 65,000. Man, listen, I'm kind of upset that American Airlines miles have been exposed as being so valuable, because I always tried to collect them, and I never really talked about them so much. I'm almost scared that they're getting so much shine, so much exposure that somebody's going to mess it up for us. American Airlines miles, man. I don't think you can overestimate American Airlines City partnership. I think that's an amazing partnership for those of us that prefer American Airlines. Now, I don't like American Airlines, but their loyalty program and their routes fit me. And for me, obviously Delta, it has arguably the better hard product. But in Columbus, if you're flying Delta, you don't get access to the only lounge we had, which is an escape lounge. You got to be United or American.
Right.
So that doesn't normally influence me too much, but it's something. Frugal Dad says, I'm so lucky to have my second and fourth favorite credit card YouTubers. Out of 4, right? Out of 4 total.
Peter's from Jersey. Come on, Peter. Don't do us dirty like that, Pete. How you doing, puppy?
He said, Joe, you're full of class.
Yo, I freaking love Peter. Pete is the man.
What's that go? Said, Frugal Dad, you are so classy. You're full of class. But it's all second and third. Boxer didn't book anything. Just learned I could have an excellent Amex hack. Okay.
Sledge dropped a 48-minute video today. That's why he's saying that on all the Amex hacks.
Oh boy! All right.
Yeah, that should have. It's a movie.
Good ones. 3 nights at the Fairmont Queen Elizabeth, Montreal. Wow,
nice.
Montreal's a crazy city, man.
I love Montreal. That's really cool. Beautiful.
Yeah.
How you doing, Bobby?
Okay. I hope.
Wow.
Don't wear that silly Eagle stuff there. They won't like that.
And you're a diehard Bengals, right?
I'm a Bengals fan. I don't know if I'd call it die. Like I'm not. When they get beat up, I don't cry. I don't. It doesn't ruin my day.
So not the Browns. Never the Browns.
No. Okay. I'm not. I don't ride against the Browns.
Okay.
I'm an Ohio boy, and I won't. I don't ride against the Browns except for twice a year they play the Bengals. So
you didn't want to know what I am, Luke.
You're a Cowboys fan.
Yes.
I took my son to the Jerry's World a couple years ago. Unreal.
I think it's amazing. I mean, it is, and I'm a New Yorker through and through. But
I'm sorry,
Cowboys since I was a kid has been the thing. You know, that's Roger Staubach. I go back.
That's strange, man.
Because I like Roger Staubach. That's why I liked him. I like Tom Landry. I like the old school football mentality from back in the day. Randy White, those guys.
Yeah, my dad was a guy like that. Is a guy like that. But I didn't understand the Cowboys until I did one thing. I went to a Bengals game. Even when the Bengals have had some good years.
Yeah, no.
So I went to a Bengals game. This is the Tony Romo days, and Cowboys were in Cincinnati. And 75% of the stadium were in Cowboys gear. I didn't know it was like that. And I said, okay, now I get it. Now I get the disparity in the NFL. How I get the fan base. It's gigantic. And I don't have anything against the Cowboys.
I went to his first game against the Giants on a Monday night for my 40th birthday in Dallas. And my room, we had a suite. 10 of my friends, 9 of my friends and myself, I was the only one in Cowboys gear. And they swapped me out. My bastard friends swapped me out with the only other Giants fan in the room next to us. They made a physical swap because the other guys were all these oil guys with the hats and stuff.
Yeah.
So they threw me over there to be with them. And it's my birthday, mind you. But I was good with that. It's all right.
I took Carlos there, and I think he was probably 6 or 7, maybe 7. I don't think it was that long ago. And we had some problems with a couple fans. And this is another thing I learned. Nobody knows the legal system in other states. Like you don't know what they're going to do to you if you get arrested, because we're walking in and some guy comes up to my son and he's drunk, but he's going like this and acting stupid. And he turns around, he's, oh man, it's this, and that, tries to give me a high five. And I'm like, whatever I said to him, I'm not going to say on our channels, but I said, hey, go away. And I'm sitting here thinking, then 2 minutes later, this guy, he's like 50 years old. He walks up to me and he goes, that's a nice shirt. Might start a fight later. And I said, by this time I had enough. I go, it won't start a fight with you. There will be no fight with you. I said, I'll promise. And then I'm sitting there thinking, where does my son go if I go to, what is it, Fort Worth County Jail or whatever? I don't know where he goes. I'm like, I don't know if they'll let me pay my own bond. I don't know if Mandy would have to fly to get me. I said, I better just go on my way. So
not worth it.
We had a little bit of trouble in Cowboy Stadium.
I went to a Browns game versus Jets, and the Jets fans were jerks as always.
Yeah,
they beat up the Browns fan in the parking lot in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. You know how you park under the street like in these buildings? And then it was on the news. We're leaving, and we saw the fight as it was happening. It was a few rows in front of us, but they didn't care. I was like, these guys are idiots. Why are you going to fight somewhere where you don't know?
Cleveland is a really rough place to go.
Yeah, I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Jersey. I've heard that if you go to a New York game with the visitors jersey on, the police will say, hey, turn it inside out.
So if you're going to a Jets game, yes.
Yeah.
Giants versus Dallas, like you just mentioned, where Dallas had more.
I can see that. Yeah.
We outnumber that because they sell the tickets and they make money. That's what it is. So people aren't stupid. They bought the ticket for $100, they'll resell it to a Cowboys fan for $250. So that's how. So it's never an issue. But Jeff fans are just jerks. So
yeah, I've heard that. Kirby says, as a Minnesota fan who lived in Wisconsin growing up, I hope the Eagles win by 30. Kirby, I'm going to a Vikings game this year. I'm going to the Bengals Vikings.
Kirby, that's gangster, Kirby. I love that.
Hope the Eagles win by 30. I'd love to say something about the Eagles, but they're strong. Like they're not like.
Oh no,
they're very strong this year. My money's on Mr. Chad for the. I think that's for the
alcohol. Yeah,
getting lit 100%. Up. Getting lit. Or Lalit.
Remember Lalit? He was was cool. He was over on the trip with us.
Lalit. Civic hit us with a 2-spot. Thank you so much, sir.
Civic, how you doing?
Oh, Texas Dog was talking about something completely different. Oh, people at the airport claim to help you pay it. I heard about tourism. With that, I will probably do some research and try to figure that out as best I can. But as far as I want to say the last time I was there, someone did just jump in and grab my bags and check me in and do all that. That might make some people mad, but I want to say I was okay with it. Like he's doing something for, and I understand.
Yeah.
If he lives in a community where stuff's rough, and that's where he can make a buck, I'm kind of okay with it. I don't think he asked for a specific amount. I think I gave him a 20 piece or something.
Luke, when they told me that the guy that drives, so on the big places like that they have the golf carts that take you around to go to your rooms. One guy cut his Achilles heel on the golf cart. He goes, "Oh, they treated me real well. They gave me 1 month's worth of salary at $4 a day." And he goes, "And they let me take another month with no pay." What do you say to that guy? Yeah. Right? So you take care of them because the hustle is real. Like they're working hard. It's not like it's a gift for them. So I get it. I get what you're saying. If they treat me nice and they're not stupid, I'm okay with that. True.
Yeah. And if they're actually helpful, okay.
Yeah.
Civic also says his first time with absinthe. Now I know everybody says something different about absinthe, but me and Glenn went to the Czech Republic and they have absinthe bars there. I don't remember drinking it there, though. I don't know if we had a drink in Czech Republic. We did have some beer. They have a lot of beer in Czech Republic. Johnny Ma, here we go. I drank almost 2 bottles of Krug on an ANA first class flight. Usually control my drinking, but in first class to get my money's worth. And he was going to Japan is the safest place in the world. Like JP is just, he does it on a different level, man.
No, yeah, I can't.
I don't even know what to say.
No,
I don't even know what to say, man. He's in LA. He's a young, good-looking jiu-jitsu player. Women hanging all over him. Just international travel.
He wears the flyest caps too.
He got the hats. Golly, man, you can't help but just be a little bit jealous. A little bit. There's your man, Anthony Venture.
Mr. Venture. Your nephew. Antonio Ventura. That's going to be his Playboy name in Puerto Rico. Antonio Ventura.
Antonio Ventura. He don't have a Playboy name anymore. He's got a wife.
No. And I love her. She's amazing. I apologize.
Yeah, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need you to put that evil on him. Checked into my HGV. Is that going to be I have to go to his the timeshare scam from Hilton. Yeah. Go to my meeting tomorrow for good. That's awesome.
Have you done those?
No, here's the thing. I think it's a wonderful, great deal. I think it's a super deal. I think most people should do as many as they can. But I'm actually in the busiest time of my entire life, and I won't give them that 4 hours on my that 4 hours. I can do something as monotonous as anything with my son, and it'll be. I'm not doing it. Yeah,
no.
But I think a lot of people should.
I'm doing one in New York City. They offered me 80,000 Hilton points to stay on 57th Street 2 nights, New Year's Eve weekend. I paid $149.
Yeah.
So I'm going with my wife. We go for 2 nights. It's right across the bridge. So I'm not really going out of my way, and I'm not working. So I figured, good, 80,000 points. I paid my Hilton points.
As long as you don't want a timeshare, you're good.
Oh, I had one. I had two. I had one. That one in Cancun. And you know what happened, Luke? They suckered me. I got that as a gift from my honeymoon in 1999.
Oh yeah, no thanks.
And I bought the damn thing with my wife. And we didn't realize that in Cancun, you can't own. So they give you certificate weeks. And it was only good for 25 years. And guess when the 25 years were up? Last August. We only went twice in all that time. So they ate my $12,000. It went to hell because never again. Never again.
Yeah, I would say blanket statement. You don't want a timeshare, no matter
what. No, we get more, and then you got to play with them when they have free time. We could get our shit whenever we want, right? We look it up. If there's a free night, we book it, and done.
Jonathan's got a question for you. How would you pursue new credit card bonuses if you're planning to buy a home in a year or two? And how much buffer time before okay, this is going to depend, and not trying to act like I'm an expert, but I've got 40-something credit cards. I carry 20+ inquiries. I refinance and get mortgages anyway.
Yeah.
How old are you? Where are you with your credit profile? In all honesty, and my wife's a realtor, getting a house is the easiest thing you can apply for. Like if you're breathing and you have some type of income, or maybe not, you can get approved for a mortgage. Now the real answer is you want to play that safe because that's a very important thing. If I knew I was purchasing a home in 12 to 14 months, I would not get any cards until after I closed and my butt was in the house.
100.
And I say this because so many people will get the deal done, and before they go close, they'll open a couple credit cards and mess everything up.
Yeah.
So I would stop at the 12 months or 24 months if it's that important to you. This is a marathon, not a sprint, so you don't need those cards. And somebody's going to say, well, I want to get some cards because once I move into a house, I'm going to have a lot of spend. Fixing this, redoing this. Get those after your ass is in the house. Yep. And I mean physically. Like you have the keys, you're taking a shower, you're sitting on the toilet, then you get some cards.
Yep.
Just my personal.
No, opinion. You're right, 100%.
Because it might. And I know I can get a mortgage today. I know I can. But if it's that important to me, I'm not interested in chancing it. What we got here? Yuri has more passports and custom caches than most of us. Yeah, you're right. And he's got he might be Mossad. He might be part of the Mossad. Civic says, "Yo, Anthony, YouTube won't let me tag you. What's up, dude?" All right. So let me see here. I'm thinking we're nowhere near able to catch up on. Yeah, we're nowhere close to be able to catch up on these comments. So
puppy, pick whichever ones you want. Go right ahead, Luke.
Let me look at some of these. Okay, now I'm getting all messed up here. We had at least one question. I thought it was a really good one on the community post. I'm going to check it out just real quick. And I think it was something really good for you to answer, Joe. So I'm not texting. I'm actually looking at the.
Bro, I do the same thing. And the fonts are so small on the screen. Yeah. I can't read half the things there, bro. I get
Absolutely.
it. No. It's not easy doing this. Guys, hit that like button, guys. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Mi gente, let's do this.
It's a good E-Dog, which is he's one of my subscribers. He says he's watching this from the Conrad in Fort Lauderdale. So that's really awesome. That wasn't a question though. Okay, maybe we didn't have any questions. That's okay. We'll move right along. We did want to at least talk a little bit about the Alaska Airline Premium Card.
Oh God.
And I don't want to. Everybody's going to make their own video on this, and I think everybody's been talking about it. We do have some somewhat contrarian opinions. I know Sebi just dropped a video, and he was really positive about it. Sebi lives in San Francisco and has a lot of Alaskan Airline. I think if you're someone who, and this is, I think it's a good card. I think it's a super card. I think if for the right person, this is legitimately worth $395 and more. But I think the issue I have with it and the reaction from the whole space is this probably isn't for you Midwesterners. This probably isn't for you East Coasters. I mean, we can you can make it fit, and any of us can say, no, give me that 100,000 Alaskan miles. First year, 100% it works out. You know, would I pay $395 for 100,000 Alaska miles? Yes, I get everybody in my family to do it. But once those 100,000 Alaska miles are gone, what are you going to do with that card when you don't have Alaska routes? You're going to start experiencing the phantom award bookings with Alaska. I spent an hour trying to buy 5 flights to Cancun on American through Alaska, which it showed. I never could get it to book. I called all this stuff. It's not available. Every time I search it, it's here. That's going to get on your nerves, I think. And here's another thing. Joe, what do you think about the 3X on everything overseas or the foreign purchases?
So for people that travel a lot and you live on the West Coast, that's a slam dunk, right? Good for you, because you can get the 3 times, out of the country. But what the hell is that going to do for me here or for you? I'm in New York, New Jersey. You're in Ohio. What the hell? Like, really? And then you got to go through hoops to use American for it for $400. We set it off screen. For that, get the elite for 100,000 points. Get the $200 credit to use an American Airlines. That brings you down to $395, and you can still transfer 1-to-1 and get the whatever else perks and stuff you're going to get, priority passes that you don't get with Alaska. So I think that might be the better bet if that's your choice, just to use it for American. You get the elite then, if you're all in on that. But if you live on the East Coast, Alaska doesn't do anything for me, to be honest with you. Yeah, I could transfer the points, but you're going through hoops, like you said. I'm tired of going through hoops. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I thought about the reaction of how wildly fantastic 3X on everything outside the United States was. We do have a lot of people who live in other countries.
Right.
I'll get to that in a second. But I just looked at my spend in Grand Cayman, and I looked at my spend in Italy, and 3X is not going to knock your Aunt Connie's socks off anywhere. The gold card is going to get 4X on your dining.
That's true.
You're probably going to get 3 to 5X on your lodging and your hotels, depending on what card you use. You can still use the Sabre card or the City Premier at bodegas and grocery stores and stuff and get 3X there. Now, somebody explained to me how 3X Alaskan is better than 4X MR points. I'm not buying it. Nope. So I think if you're living overseas and you have a lot of non-category spend, it's probably good. I even looked at my Grand Cayman, and my biggest expenditures were 3 things. The rental car. I mean, you get 3X on generic travel. I'd rather have 3X. I'd rather have 3X UR points than 3X Alaskan. But I can see where that's comparable. My hotel, I used the Fairwinds card. I got 5X on that $1,500 bill for stuff at the hotel. I'll take that over 3X Alaskan. Food, I use the gold card and get 4X. I'm not knocking that perk. That's a great earnings, but it's not going to knock my Aunt Connie's socks off at all. Unless you do live over there. That's different. And then I just looked at the card overall, and I really thought the majority of people that were getting super excited about it, I think they're going to be left wanting after a year. But is it a smash and grab? Yeah, man. Go get it. Get that 100,000 miles for sure. All these guys in the comments from the West Coast, I love you guys. You got a great opportunity here. If you're flying to Hawaii every year or twice a year like some of these guys, yes, get that and have your spouse get it too. The companion pass I love. The 8 Alaska lounge passes I think is good. I might rather have 8 passes than.
But they're giving you 2 per quarter. That was a kicker. And I'm like, wait a minute. And you made a good point about the car rental. If you use your Amex Green, you're getting 3 times on the car rental. Give me an MR point any day of the year above an Alaska
point. 5 UR points to the portal or something.
Right. If you do the portal. So For me, it doesn't fit. Is it a terrible card? No.
No,
But
it's a
if
good
you're
card.
all in American Airlines, just do the elite. If you don't have another premium card that you're willing to spend $5.95, because you're gonna get $200 back using it on American Airlines tickets anyway for this splurge credit or whatever the hell they call it. It is what it is.
I think it's a local thing. I think if you're in, like I told Joe before this started, we only have one flight in Columbus, Ohio, on Alaska Air, and it's to Seattle. Um, I don't ever anticipate flying that. So, it's probably not good for me. Do I understand the value of using Alaska miles for partner flights? Yes. I have 200,000 Alaska miles. I said like 8 months ago, I said I would trade every point I have for Alaska and American Airlines miles because of the way my travel is. But I think for this card, if you're not a West Coaster, if you're not able to take advantage of all those perks, I think once those miles are gone, are you really going to acquire a ton of Alaska miles from that 3X restaurants after that bonus is gone?
Nope.
I don't think so, man.
That's not going to be my go-to. No, not at all.
Unless you're using it for all your dining, you're using their shopping portal, you can, but man, I think there's easier ways to get points. I think it's a great card.
Look, I just downgraded. I changed my gold to the platinum on the upgrade downgrade deal, right? And my backup to the dining is either I have choices: the Sapphire Reserve for 3 times, the Amex Green for 3 times, or the Strata Premier for 3 times, all day. I have a choice. Whoever I want to pad my points with. If it's thank you points, I'll go City. If it's UR, I'm going to go Chase. And if it's Amex, I'm going to go with the Green. It is what it is. I'm never going to think of Alaska in those terms. It doesn't make sense.
Now, I will say if you live in Washington or California, even SoCal, yeah, man. I mean, get all the Alaskan cards. But
Luke, if JetBlue, I kid you, because we're on the East Coast. If JetBlue did to their card what Alaska has on theirs, I'd get it tomorrow. Yeah. But JetBlue,
I wouldn't.
But JetBlue destroyed their premium card for more money than Alaska's charging. It's a ripoff. It really is trash. But, even if they follow that model, if you lived on the East Coast and you wanted a cheaper airline, you could do that. But I'm not paying that for something that I'm not going to use. It doesn't make sense.
Before we get into the comments, vinyl cover.
Vinyl cover. I love that. Oh, my God.
He says, Luke and Joe, going to D.C. Love D.C. D.C. is a super cool town. What hotel would y'all recommend staying? Also, does Amex Platinum cover roadside assistance? You know the answer to that question? Does Amex Platinum have roadside?
So here's what I'm going to tell you, vinyl cover. I kid you not. It is so worth it. And doesn't have to be the Platinum. You could have any Amex card. Get their premium insurance. It doesn't cost you anything to sign up for it. But you can get for $19.95 a day, for 1 day to 42 days, it covers your roadside assistance and it will cover your car full. Not like it's not secondary, it's primary, but you pay $19.95 and you'll be good with that. So, and I've done it here, out of the States, you name it, it works. Pay the $19.95, enroll at Amex, and they'll send you a paper copy like a real insurance coverage. That's what you're going to get.
I don't remember staying, or I don't remember where I stayed in DC the last time I was there, but I know Anthony Venture. Anthony Venture's got some videos on some places that look like it would be the bee's knees. I would look those up. I think he would stay at the Waldorf.
He did. That's a good move. That's the move. The Waldorf, and then there's a few Hiltons, and there's
Intercontinental.
You mentioned the other. Was it Aloft? There's another. I think it's an Aloft hotel right near the Hilton. That's beautiful. If you're into that new kind of preppy kind of look, and not expensive.
Here's the great part about DC. You've got a million choices.
Yep.
So I would stay exactly where you want to stay, like the location. My guy, Ricky's Travel Hacking, has a good point here. If I can figure out how to do some MS internationally, it's definitely a keeper card. And Ricky is levels above most of us. He's got a system. He's got techniques. He's several levels above most people when it comes to stuff like that. But he's right. If you could find a way to manipulate that benefit, it's a great card. And I think it could be, well, I don't normally talk about that stuff on this channel, but if you want to join the membership, maybe we'll talk about something like that. Maybe a scenario in which that might be profitable for you.
I love it.
But yeah. David just got the aviator card. Nice, man.
You have that one, Luke?
I had it a long time ago, and they won't give it to me again.
Okay.
Like Barclays doesn't approve me for anything.
Barclays is such a pain.
Yeah, Matt Clausen says the JetBlue Premier does not exist, brother. Flying to Vegas on Alaskan Hawaiian co-share next month. Yeah, see if those are in your plans and in what you do, then yes, this card is a monster, I think. I put my Atmos card on my bill. And this is what I've heard a lot, and I want to push back just a little bit on this. I put my Atmos card in my Bilt wallet, and I'll earn Atmos 3x on rent. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't cover the Bilt card.
I don't either.
Using your Alaska card with Bilt for rent, doesn't that come with a fee? I think that comes with a 3% fee.
Yeah, because only if you have the Bilt card attached to it, there's no fee, correct?
Right. And what he's saying though, he get the sub and the companion ticket, and that's going to be worth the fee, I imagine. But that's a little bit tougher for me to kind of stand by, doing like an advanced technique that also comes with a fee, when I don't know if that's the most advantageous way to pay your rent. I think the best way to pay your rent, guys, is to go buy a house. that way you're not paying rent. Cesar says the car rental includes liability. Yeah.
Especially since Chase nerfed for those of you that want to use Chase because it's primary, they just lowered the amount of coverage, so if you have the preferred, it's up to 60,000. But if you get a nicer car, the reserve will cover it to 75. Amex goes to 125,000 value of the car. That's why
a lot of cars are like that now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you're going to get a hybrid or a nice car, if you're in Europe, Luke, I rented E50 Mercedes Sport Brake. So the sport wagon, right? The station wagon. That was $100 and something thousand car. I was covered. I didn't have to deal with the nonsense of it being less. So, you know.
Anthony chimed in and told you the Thompson in DC is great. And I know Anthony's he's made a couple of videos of DC hotels, and they're definitely worth checking out. So, Gunna's got a good point. Gunna Diver looks like a no-brainer, built in a SoCal person.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Built Alaska and SoCal, yeah, absolutely. But you guys have to realize that SoCal is a lot different than Central Ohio.
Yeah,
I love California. Ryan stayed at the Park Hyatt in DC. Another great option there, Ambassador Suite.
Damn, that's nice. Way to go, Ryan.
There are definitely international MCC is available for you, Ricky. So Rick, and here's the thing, Ricky, within about 16 minutes, will have a blueprint of all the ways he can take advantage of that 3x overseas. Dude is a next level. Yeah, 3x Alaska points for a 3% fee. You're going to have to do your own math, and I urge everybody to be very critical when doing your own math with a fee. We far too often say, yeah, but the points are more than the fee, so it's good. Cash is king, guys. Especially you youngsters, you need money. You don't need travel points as much as you need money. A lot of you.
When do you do the fee? When would you say a fee is okay for a sub?
Sub, yes.
Right.
Well, now. Listen, it depends. I'm trying to find a way to say this politely. If you make enough money, if you make enough money, you never have to look at the price on a menu.
True.
So if you're at that level, whatever that is for you, like when you go to Grand Cayman and you sit down, you don't give a shit what that price says.
No.
It doesn't matter because you got that much money. If you're not there yet, you have to be really critical on ever paying a fee.
You're right.
And then the next level from that is if you don't care what that car costs, not including supercars. If you go out car shopping for normal cars and you don't care what that price is, then don't worry about the fee as much. If
100%.
you do care, if you have to get the base model Mustang because you can't afford the GT, you need to be critical of those fees.
Yeah.
And then the next step
that's a
is
good breakdown.
houses. Yeah, the next step is houses, and I don't I don't think a lot of us are there yet. So you got to crunch the numbers on houses. But I think it starts with meals. If you go to that restaurant, you say, "Honey, don't get them appetizers. Don't get more than one drink." Then you need to be critical of the fees, and that's going to be different for where you live and
great point.
how much money you make. For me, I'll give you my. If you're not making $125,000 a year, I want you to be very critical of any fee,
right?
Because I don't think you're there yet. I don't think you're in a position where you can. Now, the math nerds will say, "No, 3 is more than 2." Okay, 3 and a value of travel and 2 real money. That might not be so different. So I
And
just
even
want
the
to be
125, depending on where you live.
right. Yeah, and I live in the Midwest and Central Ohio with a relatively low cost of living. So I don't worry about how much. Now I don't do fine dining either. I'm cheat coding it. I don't do a whole lot of fine dining. So wherever I'm going, I don't look at how much it costs.
But like here in New York and New Jersey,
that's a different
where
ballgame.
it's a different animal. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or being like in California and LA, when your house is this big and your property taxes are, over $1,000 a month.
Yeah. But I think the restaurant and the car analogy stands pretty good.
Yeah, no, 100%. You're
Until you get guys
100.
that go, I don't have a car. I live in New York City. I don't even have a driver's license. So, maybe
No,
find
you're
a different
100%
analogy
right. I agree with you.
So I would just at the end of the day, unless you've really made it, or you've made it to a certain, then I think you have to be critical of those. I would be critical of that 3% fee because I understand that as now I'm buying points. I'm not earning them. I'm purchasing them. And am I in a place where I travel the world for free on stuff I earned, or am I a place where I travel the world for very discounted rates, but I pay quite a bit? And I say that because I pay a lot,
right?
In my opinion. All my points and miles, I still go, daggone, that costs a lot.
But that's why I don't mind putting, like, let's say here in Jersey, and I'm sure it's like this everywhere else, but if you put your property taxes on one of the cards, there's a fee. It's like 1.95 or whatever it is. And if I'm meeting a sub, like I just did it with IHG, I'll do it because it's a big deal. I met the spend in one shot, done, keep it moving, right? But on regular spend, to know that I'm going to keep paying a fee, then that means it defeats the purpose for me because it's not making, like, the 3 times isn't that 3%? The way we always, like, a 5% cash back on Chase that you can make it into points is still 5 points. So to me, it's the same thing. I see it, and it negates each other. So
I'm going to have a really good example of that in my next video next week. And it's just an update video of tips to get your minimum spend out of the way. And there's a couple techniques in there that do cost, and I'll kind of go over when that makes sense and when that might not make sense. And this is an interesting comment. This is the guy here. This is something I've always wanted to do. Gunna Diver pays the mortgage that is in his family LLC, and he pays the rent to that same LLC. He rents his own house.
Gunna's a G. Gunna is,
and as somebody who has a second house, not a second home. I don't have a second home, but I have thought about those different because I have a property management company that handles the rent for my rental property, which I own. So that I like where he's going with that. I like it. There's a lot of different stuff. Like Gunna Diver is probably a really interesting person to talk to about those tips and tricks. So maybe go to the meetup, Gunna. Go to the meetup.
Gunna is the man. I love Gunna. He's so good with what he shares. Points
with Philip says Regency in DC. Okay. Rooms are fire. Hey, nobody says fire besides Joe. Stop trying to steal Joe's stuff. Joe's the only 15-year-old kid that says fire about
fire. Fire. That's right. And it's hot and it's on point. I get it.
Yeah. It's no different than the Middle East airlines make more sense for East Coasters than West Coasters. Yeah, you're right. I mean, L. Okay.
No idea.
Thanks, Joe, Luke, Anthony, Phillip. Vinyl covers is the man. Oh yeah, he's at the question about the DC. Those fees can pay for some down payments, car payment. Yeah, we get loose in this, especially us YouTubers. We get really loose with cash, and we hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not interested in cash back." And I think when people hear certain people say that, now there's guys that they do have like 2 years worth of cash in the bank, and they're well off. They're making a bit. They don't care. Not all of us are those guys. So I think we need to start valuing the cash a little bit more. And I say this because of this. Last 3 years, we've taken probably an average of a trip a month, mostly on points and miles. And if I went back and audited myself on how much cash I spent on those trips, I could buy another house. It's so much money. So the points and miles are great and awesome, but don't forget that you are spending. And we should probably respect that a little more as YouTubers. Like I just put 28,000 on my Biz Platinum for the adoption. Okay, I'm not. I didn't know about this.
So points. Okay, I'm going to tell you, Phillip. God bless you. Phillip just got an adoption for his, and he shared that with, and that's what that is. Phillip, God bless you. Glad it went through. Congratulations, puppy. Your life will only get better from here. Congratulations.
Very cool, man. Very cool, Kanye.
I love that.
Plus, I got a bunch of points. Yeah, absolutely. And Anthony, if you follow Anthony's channel, he's kind of, we're doing similar things. Like he's realizing that for his lifestyle and his travel style, earning those points at the lowest cost, probably a much better idea for a well-rounded life for him. Yeah. Now, when Anthony starts making $500,000 a year on YouTube or $1 million a year on YouTube, he might change his tune.
You know what my favorite cashback card is? And people, the freaking PayPal MasterCard. I keep it for grocery spend, 5% back. I didn't get a ding on my credit report. I use it at Costco, whereas I normally go, right? Or everything codes. Target, Walmart, and Costco code for 5%.
I have that card. I've never used it.
Yo, I hadn't used it until like the last 6 months. And I did it when I canceled the gold the first time around because it got me more because I wasn't using that for supermarket spend. You use it more for supermarket spend. You have your kid at home. Your kids are at home. So mine is gone. So it is what it is.
Here's one Joe's going to get mad at me about. Sleepy Rods is at the meetup. We need a Luke versus Cesar arm wrestling match. Joe, what do you think I'm going to say about that?
You're going to win this one.
No. Wait, now listen. Now, me and Cesar in Puerto Rico. What happens when I start winning?
When you. So okay, here's the thing. We're in his territory. Remember, he's Puerto Rican. Arm wrestling matches and PR can turn really quick.
But nobody's patting him down before that.
Nobody's patting him down. That's my point. As a Puerto Rican, you're born with the switchblade and a bottle of Vicks vapor rub. I swear to God, that's what you're born with.
So, guys, he said it, not me.
But it's the truth. I don't mess with my wife because she's Boricua, bro.
These youngsters don't even know what you're talking about.
Yo, my wife is no joke. My wife will come down here and cut me right now. Forget that.
These youngsters don't even get it.
No, they don't get it until they put themselves in our shoes. They'll know.
Sleepy, you haven't seen Luke. Oh boy. But I won't give
I knew it. I freaking knew it.
Yeah. Oh boy. Let's get back on track now. We got about 15 more minutes, guys. Let's get back on track. Joe knows I need my beauty sleep, and I've had a rough week. JC has a good point. You got a really good point. $795, $895, more than my monthly. Hey, me too, man. Like I have a ridiculously small mortgage. So you could say I have disposable income, but with everything being relative, $895 is a lot of money for me to spend on a credit card. And I think we should do this again when the Platinum card comes out. Platinum card for me is the most difficult card to cancel because it is the granddaddy, the big daddy. But I don't know if I can go for $1,000, man. I don't know if I'm going for that anymore.
Luke, let me ask you this, because the people always wonder: do you have cards open just because of the channel, like to do the reviews, to try them out and put them through their paces? Like, if you weren't doing this, would you be doing what you're doing now in your normal life?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it makes sense. I think it does make sense to get cards for your channel 100%. If you're a YouTuber, you have to have content, and content is not always the easiest thing to come up with.
No.
And let's keep it real. The in wrestling, you have a cheap pop. What's up, Chicago? And the crowd goes wild. And YouTube, a cheap pop is, I just got this card. And it does give you content. Now, is the juice worth the squeeze? It depends on the card. But I will say this. I think there are people who have strong opinions on cards that I know don't use those cards or have those cards. And I think it hurts their credibility sometimes. And I'm look. I just tell you like it is. What I tell you like it is. If you're 20 years old and you're a waiter and you don't have any kids and you don't have and you're in college, don't tell me about the gold card. Don't mention it. Just read the script, read the landing page, say who it could be for, and don't come at me like that card is anywhere near for you. It's not supposed to be for you. It's supposed to be for the dude who has, 4 kids and or whatever it is, or a guy who's taking clients out for dinner every night. And maybe I'm too critical with younger people because I think there's a place for them in credit card YouTube. But I think guys even in their 30s can see right through this. Like, you're 22 years old and you've never been overseas in your life. Why are you talking to me about certain things? So I think when those people get those cards and they use them, it changes that perception. Now, if you're 22 years old and you're flying to Bora Bora and you're doing, then that's different. That's right. Hey, I got, you're killing it. Remember the Brady Smith in New Orleans?
Yeah, I met him here in New York a couple of weeks ago.
Those guys are young, and guess what they're doing?
They're savages.
They're killing it.
They became globalists at Hyatt by staying in a hotel during college instead of getting a dorm. How freaking smart was that?
So it can be done. Yes. I'm not saying all youngsters need to stay out of it. That's what I'm saying at all. But I do see I do see a lot of stuff where I think if you go out and get that card and you can relate to it and tell a story about it and say, hey, I just don't hold this. This is my experience with it. I think it's worth getting cards for that.
Well, that's why we have Jason from Sunny Money, 21 years old, in college, broke it down why he uses it for his tuition, how he works, how he uses his cards. The same with Jordan, the same with Spencer. Those guys, they're all in their 20s, and I get it. And I respect when, like you said, if they're using it, if they're doing it, like walking the walk, talking the talk. But then you have people that just Google everything and tell you how great this is. And that's BS.
But the Google guys, I think we still need them. I need a guy to read me the sheet. Listen, if his personality is likable and he speaks well, I'd rather listen to him talk about the City Double Cash than reading the promo. So we need those guys too. But just like I'm saying, I think there are ways to gain that credibility, and I think there are ways to really appear like you're out of your league.
Look, is there a reason why
people know that?
No, and is there a reason why I'm 58 that I should have these 4 cards: $7.95, $5.50, $6.95, $6.95? I only got them because I want to use them and put them through their paces and see what works and doesn't work. Like, I've seen you when you say you cancel gold cards. I can't use half the thing on it. Why should I keep the card? Right. So, but you need to do it and use it. And that's always been my thing. I like to talk about the cards that I've had and opened and used. And if they worked, great, fine. If they suck, I'm going to tell you it sucks. Yeah. The American Express Green to me is a great card because it's a great multiplier all around. Better than the Platinum. But the Platinum I'll never get rid of because I'm used to the perks. You screwed me. I'm going to blame you tonight. at 8:24 when you said, first time I hear you say 2 years ago, Adam and his kids at the gate. I swear to God, that has become my mantra. My family laughs. I actually booked that trip to DR, and they're like, "Oh, you too good to sit in row 17?" Yes, yes, I am. I don't want.
I don't deserve that.
I don't deserve that. They made fun of me this weekend. I swear to God, they were like, "Yo, bro, you got to sit with us in the back." I'm like, "Why? Why? No,
no, thank you."
But I blame you. Adam and his kids is you. And I remember when I first heard you say that, I said, "Oh my God, he is so right."
Do you know the original story about that?
No.
I didn't use the Adam and his kids part of that. I just said, hey, I don't deserve to sit out there in the bullpen with these snot-nosed kids coughing and playing on their full blast iPads. And a guy commented named Adam J. And he said, I am unsubscribing to this channel. You offended me so much because I travel with my kids. And when I read that, it described my kids. And I was like, God damn, Adam J. That's why now it's Adam J's kids. Like, that's for real. Like he took that on.
I had no idea. But no, you know, and I get it. When you have little kids, you got little kids. It is what it is. Yeah. But at 58 and I don't have to, why? Well,
there's kids and there's kids that have no home training.
Correct.
And those are the ones like regular kids that are normal. Would it take that however you want? I don't mind them. But if they're running around with their tablets on full blast, coughing and kicking, like I don't need to be around them.
No. Because you give your kid a look. You look at Carlos, you give him a look. He's gonna stop.
Have to. Yeah,
no,
I don't even...
my son Joey would travel with me around the and never. So no, I get it 100%.
Yeah, but yeah, back to. I think it's okay. And here's the thing with you. This and I keep it real. You said you're a 58-year-old retired guy. This is your thing. Yeah. This is your side hustle, your retirement gig, your hobby. All those things rolled up into one.
Yeah, 100%.
Financially, getting that $600 car doesn't hurt you.
No,
do your thing, man.
That's
do your
it.
thing. Like yes, you can do your thing. Your kids are grown.
Yep.
As far as I know, there's not an outstanding financial reliability from like you don't have a teenage kid that needs help or something.
No, thank God. No, you're right.
So I mean, no, do your thing. That's different. Now, let's take you back to your 35 and your kids are time consuming and expensive and that maybe you don't get that $500 card during that time.
Right.
Just for your hobby.
Get the Strata Premier and keep it moving.
Yes. I think we don't like to admit it, but I think maybe I hate to use the term influence. Maybe we're influencing some of these guys to get these high-end cards when that's probably not the best thing for them.
But you know what sucks, Luke? And let's keep it real. We talk about the platinum, great. We talk about the CSR, great. The moment you talk about the Freedom Unlimited or the Freedom Flex or whatever, what happens to us? The algorithm just spits you to the side, right?
You're right. Absolutely.
And you're crapped on. I'm going to be 100.
You think that's bad? Talk about a cashback card.
Or a business card. If you're trying to keep it real for people, Sebi has a second channel because the business cards suck in this space. People don't follow it. So I get it.
I just missed that. Oh, Uncle Luke says, greeting other Uncle Luke. You can never have too many Uncle Lukes.
Too many Uncle Lukes. No, I love it. I love it.
You can have as many as you can get. Do that. Johnny Moss does the bank account bonuses to offset annual fees. That's awesome. I would say that some of those are out of reach for some people. Like Johnny Moss putting $25K in this account for 90 days, and a lot of people can't do that, man. A lot of people are like, which one takes 500? But yeah, it's great. You do bank account bonuses on the side that takes care of your annual fee. It's all profit. It's all fun. And how deep do you want to get into it? Like Ricky's travel hacking, he can turn any one of these cards into a profitable card because he's got that. Him. Yeah, he's got.
I don't have that in me. I can't do. No.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Joey with the fire live stream.
I've been on one every night this week so far. I'm exhausted.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're having a busy week like I am.
New again. How you doing? Thank you for being here.
Uncle Luke is as he's getting up there with some of the champions too, as far as a lot of redemptions, a lot of big time
Really?
stuff.
That's so cool.
Capital One just relaunched. Now, did it the Saver or the Saver One?
The Saver one, they have the $39 card.
That's
and
not
could
good.
you help me here? What's the difference, Luke, between the regular Saver card that's for good credit and this one that's for fair? What the hell is the difference? I looked it up. I couldn't tell.
They could just charge you an annual fee.
That's what it is, right? $39.
Yeah. And people knock on Capital One, and I push back a little bit on that too. Capital One is given. Listen, let's keep it real. A lot of us at some point in our life we were effed up.
100%.
Capital One will back you and get you started and get you out of that effed up stage. And I think they should get a lot more credit for that. Like that Quicksilver. Listen, everybody knocks that Quicksilver as this and that and the other. Get you a Quicksilver, run that Joker for X amount of time, and when you do get a Capital One miles card, all that 1.5% cash back moves over to points, and you're just right in the game. You're right in the game with a couple no annual fee Capital One cards. Now, I'm not saying that's the best way to start off, but it's a way to start off because Capital One will approve you for a Quicksilver. Like I don't recommend the annual fee ones. And I think if I'm going secured cards, I'm probably going with Discover or US Bank on the secure cards. People don't know this, but US Bank will have the exact same kind of cards, but they're secured cards. So like the 4X on dining card, the altitude, that red card,
right?
You can get that, and you can earn 4% cash back on dining with a secured credit card. You can do the same thing with the Cash Plus. It's a secured version, and they do graduate after a certain period of time. So I think Capital One's in there. Yeah, they have amazing ways to start out if you've obliterated your credit. But Capital One definitely deserves some kind of props for being that first card option. And I'll go ahead and just make some people mad. That whole bucketed thing is fake news. Stop repeating it. It's not true.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Like, oh, Capital One put me in a bucket. There's nothing like not true. Not true at all.
You have the Venture X, right? You still have the Venture?
I've got the Venture X and the Saver, and I think I still have a Quicksilver.
Did you get that one early on, like before you started adding all your cards?
I product changed when the Venture X first came out. I didn't apply for it.
Okay.
I had one of my first rewards cards was a Venture card. And I was working, like I was in that period of life where work was my main thing, and I was working every day, all day, killing overtime. And I used that Venture card for everything. And the only thing I did was trade the points for Amazon gift cards.
Yeah, but back then, you know what?
I didn't travel at all.
No, but again, that gave you value, right? Because that's what people forget.
Yeah.
You know, that's hey, it is what it is.
Uh-oh. Kempton Inner Circle, baby. You guys that don't stay at the Kemptons, you don't understand. The Uncle Lukes of the world. We're Kemptoneers. We need a live the wrestling match. Arm wrestling, not wrestling.
Yeah. I'm wondering because people actually texted me today. They were like, "Oh, who's bringing a steel chair?" I was like, "No, not me."
If now let me know if that's what we're doing, and I'm going to bring my Filipino stick man, Glenn Ardonia.
There you go.
And so I don't go anywhere dangerous without that guy. Uncle Luke has got. I forgot to show you he's got all these Jow first class on the 350 Emirates. Dude is absolutely destroying the game. Yeah. I'm jealous, man. Uh-oh. My mortgage is $2,800. Now, see, points with Philip. He's got a giant mortgage. He's running around the world adopting kids for high prices. He might be one of those guys that's not worried about money. No, we did this one. Okay. Sorry, guys. My biggest peeve is the annual fee goes up and you still have to wait or can't get into the lounge. Man, that's tough because I'm a little bit at a crossroads with lounges. I'm starting to believe that if I just stopped going to them, I wouldn't miss them. But since I have access to them, I feel entitled to just walk in, not stand in a line, not get turned away. Um, I'm struggling a little bit with that, and the kind of the extra part of that is if I'm flying to where am I going? I'm going to Spain in January, so I'm going from what is it, Boston to Madrid. They're going to give me lounge access anyway. So I don't need, I'm not going to go to Centurion Lounge in Boston because they don't have one. They're going to give me an international business class lounge and it's probably going to be, I'm trying to think what it would be. I'm not sure, but for Star Alliance, it's a Lufthansa lounge. And that might not mean much, but they have a giant wall of different beers. They have all kinds of different food stuff. It's just as good as any other lounge. I don't have to pay for it. I buy it with my ticket. So I'm going to be on the fence in 2026 about lounge access. I'm not sure. Now, I haven't run that by my wife yet. she might not be interested in giving up the lounge access.
But you make a fantastic point. I just went over this with my sister. My sister went to Puerto Rico 2 weeks ago. I gave her 2 United passes that I didn't use. She goes to Newark. There's a sign there that says we're not accepting daily passes unless you had this card. With the club card, they have to let you in, right? So she goes, oh my God, I didn't have that card. I said, no, but I had the extra passes from before I product changed to this one. And you make a point. I don't need, technically, if I'm only using United, flying out of Newark 90% of the time, what is the Centurion Lounge going to get? There's no Centurion Lounge in Newark.
Isn't there supposed to be one really soon?
There's one coming soon.
Listen,
there's a Delta one.
Newark put this idea in my brain, and I'll tell you why. I don't know. We came back from Italy to Newark. Now,
I remember you told me
they were having those issues, so maybe the business was part of those issues. But there were so many places to sit by yourself in a company in the terminals. Yeah. So many places with big spaces and outlets that, man, I would just go grab a chicken sandwich and go sit by and I wouldn't. What do I care about a lounge? So there's some places that it makes me question. Like when we were in Houston, we went to a crowded, lame-ass Air France lounge with terrible everything in it, and right outside of the giant terminal, empty. So it's like, where do I sit next to? Adam brought his kids into the lounge, so I went out and sat by myself. It's tough. Like I've always been huge on lounge access. I've always promoted lounge access and bragged about having access to everything. I'm beginning to question that, man. When I look at overall, it's tough for me to justify these cards now, and it's weird because my income's higher, and I have more available funds for that, and I'm kind of withdrawing from it.
But you know what? Like I tell people, look, if you're traveling twice a year, why pay $800 for the Chase Sapphire Reserve when if you're going to go twice, use $100 at an airport. You can get into a nice restaurant, have a good steak, have something to drink, and just do it then. Like ball out on that one trip instead of paying for a card that you may or may not use. That's what I tell people. If you're just doing it for lounge access, it's stupid because it doesn't work. It just doesn't always work. You got to wait on a line,
Yeah. New again says, Luke, quit playing. Amex will make it virtually impossible to pass. He's right. Between the value and the sub upgrade offer, it's see you. Yeah. And he's right. Man, I've been talking about moving away from Amex for 2 years now. I got a lot of Amex cards because you're right. They, as good as they are at a card issuer, they are that good at keeping you as a customer.
Bro, they're the only card that you could do the upgrade downgrade game where you're going to get points. This year alone, I got 80,000 points. Downgrading in February, the platinum to the green, the day after to the gold, and back up to the plat last week. And it's 80,000 for just $2,000 spend. It's crazy. Nobody else does that, and the Amex offers. You travel all over the globe. Where have you ever gone out there? I was in Europe, in Paris, and they gave me $50 back on a dinner that I didn't even know because I was in Paris.
For sure.
It's awesome to do that.
New again's got a. Are you critical, Luke? Yes, but us older guys, we understand the value trap, and we do understand that what's going on today might not be the same thing that's going on tomorrow.
Nope.
Wish I had good credit card info for the spend back then.
Oh yeah, Yankee man, you're not wrong.
Most of them aren't walking the walk. I don't know about most. Some of them might not be. But you don't need the. Yeah, I mean, all good points, guys. Uh-oh, Mr. Chase Yokoyama.
Yo, Papi Chulo Chase. That's his name.
The Prince of Honolulu.
Yes, he is. He's the Papi of all Papis.
He's Prince Kanawanalea of Honolulu.
Well, you saw him walking in NOLA on the streets, and the women were coming out to drag him in.
Man,
and he stayed strong. He stayed strong.
He doesn't have to worry about that because his girlfriend.
100%. But he stayed focused down the street and walked straight.
Because she'll beat him up.
Yes.
She will beat him up. 500,000 points annually just for paying property income tax. Give me another card. Yeah, I mean,
God bless you.
We should always be taking advantage of property and income tax for sure.
Yep.
That's definitely fair. Even now, I find it overpriced for my lifestyle, so I get Luke's point to an extent. Yeah. Now, and I'm not. And here's the thing: if you have disposable income and you want to pay $1,000 for the platinum card, it's well, yeah, if that's no big deal. You're not doing it wrong.
No,
you're definitely not doing it wrong. Married 20 years, not because anything I do. I'm married to my Mexican wife. I'm not allowed to get divorced. Okay.
I will get cut. You see?
You know. Tina's forever, baby. Wepa. Wish I started. Yeah, I didn't start at 22.
No. Luke, when I was 22, the cards were freaking no points, no nothing. You just stood on a line and got a cup from the college you signed up for it. That was it.
I had Discover. I had Discover at 22.
That was the card to have,
See, Cesar saw my comment. I took a picture of that dude's comment and posted it. Yeah. Joe's the reason I got the Strata Premier. I love the Strata Premier.
I love it. Yo, did I show you my Strata Premier, Luke? I got the best Strata Premier
done up in like a gold one or something. It's a WEPA card, right?
The WEPA card is the best Strata Premier card ever.
I like
the Strata Premier card is trash, but this is nice. So I love my card. And like you said, Choice Hotels 1 to 2, you can't beat that.
Yeah. That's insane. I mean, it really is insane.
Older guys at real hotels.
Because older guys have already stayed at the Shady Sadies,
yes,
and have some weird stories and weird scars to tell about it.
The ones where the rugs were sticky. No, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. I'm past
where there's always a dude hanging out right next to your door. Like, why are you just hanging out by my door, man? Where you have to make sure that they know, hey, no way it's a good idea for you to come in here,
bro.
Like, not even you want to come in here.
Nope. Oh shit, Navy Federal Credit Union. Okay.
Yeah, park $250K. Yeah, everybody could just park $250K in a bank account.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Anyone in for BKK for Halloween? Is that Bangkok? I'm not allowed to go to Bangkok. I wouldn't even ask to go to Bangkok by myself.
That would be a no-go for my wife.
Ricky knows. Boston, it'll be a British Airways lounge, which it'll be fine. It'll be a place to relax. BKK I'll take. No, I can't go to BKK.
JC, behave, JC.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, we're past time.
We're past your bedtime, Luke.
I don't want to skip my man here. My main man, Chad's Money Minutes, is in Houston. Doesn't care for their airport. We got stuck there for a long time, but my son got to meet Eric Dickerson at the airport.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's fire. No,
listen, this dude was. I saw him walk by, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's somebody, because he still looks just the same. And I went over. I said, "Hey, Charlie," I said, "You want to meet an NFL Hall of Famer?" He goes, "Yeah." So I go look. I can't find him. I'm like, "Where did he go?" And then I see him, and he's just standing there. Nobody's messing with him. And I'm not trying to blow the dude up, right? So I'm like, I walk over there kind of slowly. Go, "Excuse me, sir. Are you Eric Dickerson?" And he goes, "Yes, I am." I was like, "Told you, Charlie." And he was so nice to Charlie. He goes, "You guys want a picture?" And he was just super nice. And I was like, I'm not going to blow this dude up so people bother him. So we just got a picture. said thanks for meeting us and left. But
That's
Charlie loved
fire.
that. Yeah, it was cool. Cool dude. All right, guys. I apologize for not being able to get to all these comments, but I super appreciate everybody that showed up tonight. Do me a favor and slap that like button before you leave.
That's right. And they hit it hard, baby. Hit it hard. Come on.
I think we're going to do this again on Joe's channel.
Whenever you want, Luke. You tell me. I know you told me certain days. I get it. You let me know when whatever works.
So appreciate you guys coming out. I'm going to go to sleep. And Joe,
you know what,
thanks
Luke?
for coming on.
Let's plan for when Amex releases their $895 card.
Okay, if it's during flag football season, it's got for me. It's got to be a Tuesday.
Well, Tuesdays is good for me.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
That works, puppy. Okay. We'll be in touch.
Good. All right, guys. Good night. Thanks for showing up, Joe. We'll see you later.
Peace out, guys. Thank you.
Uh-oh, messed up.